Assalamu alaikum, students. Now, this is the final part which I'm going to record for you to explain you binomial expansion for the final exams revision. So, this is chapter number 6. As you can see now, the first question he says that using the binomial expansion and expand each of these expansions. So, within my discussion of this question, I will try to give you the background idea of binomial expansion. So, binomial, when the word binomial expansion comes to us, bi tells us two, means terms, so two terms expansion. You're already familiar with if I write here a plus b whole power 0, I will get always 1 because any power 0, it is always equal to 1. But if I write a plus b whole power 1, we know that the same terms will come to us. And we also remember when we were doing a plus b whole squared, we were saying that the same bracket is multiplying two times. We multiplied them together, and after expansion, we got a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. But I think we didn't do a plus b whole power 3. We didn't do that. A plus b whole power 4. We didn't do that. A plus b power 10 will be what? A plus b raised to power 100 will be what? We didn't explore that thing. So in binomial expansion, we will do all those expansions. The thing which should be revealed to you whenever you write any power, we get one more term. For example, I have power 1, I get how many terms? Two terms. If the power is 2, I will get how many terms? Three terms. So I can make a conjecture that if we have the power n, the number of terms will be one more than that n. So n plus 1 terms will be appear to us. Now, so in the binomial expansions, you can see that I am trying to expand the two terms with some positive integer power. Here I can talk about Pascal triangle since it is a revision for final exam. I want to focus on my calculator. So later on, whenever I will be talking about binomial expansions in detail, then I will also explore the Pascal triangle. So you can see now our first term is 3x. Our first term is 3x and I call it A. And our second term is 4y. I will call it as B. And my power is n, which is 4 here. Done? How to expand it? Since the power is 4, so I know as per my discussion, I am going to get 5 terms, and each term is separated by plus sign. So, again, I will repeat. What is the power I have? 4. So, one more. 4 plus 1 is equal to 5. So, in the expansion, I will get 5 terms. This is my first term, second term, third term, fourth term, and fifth term. When I expand this binomial expansion, which will contain 5 terms, how I will fill the first box, I will write C. C is a symbol used for combinations. In MF19, it is shown like this, but I will show it like this. Above of C, I will write that number which is the n, yani the power which will be provided to you. Under that power, you have to expand the expansion. So n is 4. So I'm going to write here 4 on the top. But here, this number will be varying from 0, 1, 2, 3, and maximum it will reach to 4. So I will write here 4C0, 4C1, 4C2, 4C3, and 4C4. Do you understand my point? Yani this is fixed, and here you will have list of numbers starting from 0 ending at the maximum what the power n I have 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I have written here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 binomial expansion. So these are also called binomial coefficients, and they can be also found by using Pascal triangle, but I'm not discussing that thing right now. After that, you will look at your a. A is what? 3x. So you have to write 3x, 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 any a everywhere you write it. What is my next term? Which is 4y, 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 and 4y. Done. All of them are multiplying inside this box. Now, what is the power here? 0. So I will write the power 0 here. And then what is here? 1. I write here 1. 2. I write here 2 on the second term as a power 3, 4. Now, what would be the power of a? We need to subtract. 4 minus 0 is 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. 4 minus 2 is 2. 4 minus 3 is 1. 4 minus 4 is 0. Now, I have written every term in this binomial expansion. How can I simplify it in the exam? It is pretty much easier. I need to put my calculator. When I see my calculator, how to write C, I need to press 4 and then shift division sign. Shift division sign will write C, 4C0, then times, bracket open, 3. Don't write X, ignore it. I'm just writing numbers. Power 4, then times, bracket open, 4. Don't write Y, just close the bracket and write power 0 and get your answer. Your answer is 81. So this number is 81, 81. But what is the power of x I will have? X power 4 and y power 0 is 1, no need to write it. Then plus. Now change the power of 4y to 1. Change the power of 3 to 3 and change 4c 0 to 4c 1 and get your answer 432. Now 432, and what is the power of x I have? X power 3 and y power 1, yani y. Next, again, I'm gonna change the power to 2 and this power decreased to 2, yani each time the power of a is decreased by 1 and the power of b increased by 1. So a, the power of a decreased by 1 and power of b increased by 1, but the sum of the powers of both a's and b's is always equal to n, which is 4. Anyway, so I'm gonna change 4c1 to 4c2. So what is the answer? 864. Next, what is the power? X square, and then we have y square. Now come to the fourth term. Delete 1, sorry, delete 3, and here I'm gonna write power 1 and here 4c3. It gives us 768 x and y power 3. Last, 4c4, and here I will write 4 Over there, power of 3, I will write 0. And then 3 c4, 4c4, it will give us 256. So 256, x power 0 is 1, no need to write, and y power 4. The interesting thing in the expansion is this power is 4. This power is 1. So can you add the powers? 3 plus 1 is also 4. 2 plus 2 is also 4. And 1 plus 3 power is equals to 4. And this is 4. So in the exam, you can check the powers of the A's and B's must be equals to that number which is given in the beginning of the binomial expansion. So as you guys can see in detail, I have explained it to you. The binomial expansion, when we are going to get 5 terms when the n is 4. The next question, if you can see, we have here n is 3, so I'm sure that I'm going to get 4 terms. So 4 boxes, I will make it for you. So 4 boxes I'm going to get. The next thing is binomial expansion. See, this is 3. So I'm going to write 3c. What are the values here? 0, 1, 2, and 3 will come to you. So you will get 4 terms. So you start from 3c0, 3c1, 3c2, and 3c3. And what are these called? They are called binomial coefficients. And they can be also found out by using Pascal triangle, which I did not discuss with you in this video. Next is I need to write x, 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 x. The next is, don't forget guys, minus, now it is included. So minus 2y. It's minus 2y, minus 2y, minus 2y, and minus 2y. Now, what is the power here? 0. On the power of b, you keep the same thing, 0. 1 down at the bottom, I write 1. 2, I write 2. 3, I write 3. And what shall I write as the power of x? We need to subtract 3 minus 0 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. 3 minus 2 is 1. 3 minus 3 is 0. Now the binomial expansion is done. Simplification of the terms is left. I'll go to the calculator. I will write 3c0, then times, um, don't write x. What is the coefficient of x here? 1. So I'm going to write here 1, bracket open, 1, bracket close, raised power 3, times, I have minus 2, bracket close, minus 2, bracket close, raised power 0. What is the answer? We got 1. 1. What is the power of x I'm going to get? X power 3 and y power 0, which is equal to 1. No need to write it. After that, we need to go and change the powers. So 0 move to 1, and this 3 move to 2, and then this 0 move to 1. So we got minus 6. So I'm going to write here negative 6. What is the power of x? I'm going to get x squared and y power 1. So didn't you see the powers are always, the sum of the powers are always equal to the total power n. Next thing, the third term, this will be increased by 1 and reaches to 2. This will be decreased by 1 and reaches to 1. And I'm going to write here 2. It gives me 12. So 12x, and this is y squared. Last, 2 goes to 3, 1 goes to 0, and 3, we got minus 8. So this is minus 8. Any x power 0 is 1, no need to write it, y power 3. So guys, this is the binomial expansion of this term. Now we can solve in the same way all these binomial expansions. If you want me, I can solve for you the f part again. So the power is 5. So how many terms are expected? 6 terms are expected. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 terms are expected. What I'm going to write when I write the binomial coefficient 5 here, what are the possible values of r? 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. So 6 terms. So 5c0, 5c1, 5c2, 5c3, 5c4, and 5c5. Then 3, then 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, because my A is 3. What is my B? Minus 3 over x, minus 3 over x, minus 3 over x, minus 3 over x, 3 over x, and minus 3 over x. What are their powers? If I have 0, I write 0. If it is 1, I write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, 5 minus 0, 5, 5 minus 1, 4, 5 minus 2, 3, 5 minus 3, 2, 5 minus 4, 1, 5 minus 5, 0. And then in the calculator, how do I solve? I write 5c0 times bracket open 3, bracket close, raised power 5, and then times bracket open minus 3. No need to write x, because if you write it here, then the syntax error or math error will come to you. Don't do this thing. So raised power 0. So just number is required, which is in that bracket seen, 243. So this is 240, 243, x power 0, no need to write it. Next, 5c1. So this will become 1, and this goes to 4, and this goes to 1. What is the answer I got? Minus 1215, minus 1215. Since x is down, so I'm going to write over x. Then you will simplify, you'll get something here over x squared. Then you will get something here on the top over x power 3. Then you will get something here by solving over x4, and then something here with the calculator over x5. Done? Now, here sometimes the examiner is not interested. The students will solve the whole expansion. He will ask you to just expand till x square. And this word is very important, ascending orders. Ascending means when a word ascending comes, it means the power is growing up. When he said that descending, it means the power of x is down. Whenever, guys, you see x here, you always experience your power of x is always ascending. You remember I wrote it here b. So b power 0, b power 1, b power 2, b power 3, b power 4. So the powers of b's are always ascending. So be careful in the exam that is he asking ascending or descending powers of x. But overall, you well understand what I have already taught you. Now 6 means I'm gonna get 7 terms. I'm talking about the first part. So 7 terms, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. 7 terms I will get. Regarding the binomial coefficients, I'm gonna get 6C0, 6C1, 6C2, 6C3, 6C4, 6C5, and 6C6. Problem is, the first 5 is, if I write it here, 5, everywhere 5. So 6 minus 0 is 6. And if I write 5, 6 minus 1 is 5. So the power of 5 is descending. What happens to minus x? Minus x raised to power 0, minus x raised to power 1, and 5 raised to power 4, minus x raised to power 2, 5 raised to power 3, minus x raised to power 3, 5 raised to power 2, minus x raised to power 4, 5 raised to power 1, minus x raised to power 5, 5 raised to power 1, minus x raised to power 6. He said the expansion should be done only till x square. Do I need x cube? No. Do I need x4? No, no, no. We don't need these terms because they are not required by the examiner. Examiner wants you to expand till x square. So I just need to focus on the first term, second term, and the third term, and then I will expand it in the exam as what I have explained it to you. So this is all about question number 2. When I come to the question number 3, here we have a different scenario. In majority of the binomial expansion questions in your final exams, or in Cambridge exams, examiner wants a specific term of the expansion. And you guys can see here, we have 3 plus 2x raised by 8. When I will expand it, I know I will get 9 terms. I will get 9 terms. But am I sure which term will contain x power 4? I don't want to waste my time in writing every term, writing binomial coefficient, then a power, then b power. I don't want to waste time. So I have shared with you one shortcut technique which is very, very helpful in the exam, because this method won't allow you to spend more than 3 minutes on a question. So what is that technique? That technique is, are you looking for the power of x? So for the power of x, you need to look what is the power of x in the first term. This is 3. Is there any x module? No, x power is 0 here. What is the power of x in this term? The power of x in this term is 1. So in my terminology, I will take this power of 0 as, I will call it u. This power of x which is seen over here, I will call it as v. So v is 1. So if I ask you what is my u, you will look at the first term and see, is there any x module? There is no x module, so it means x power 0. So the 0 is your u. In the second term, it is 2x. So the power of x is 1. So v is equal to 1. And the last thing is 8. I will call it as n as usual. So these are the 3 things which you will notice from that expansion. I want to give you a few examples. Suppose Mr. Omer is writing here 5x minus 2x power 3 raised to power 7. I'm writing here 5x2 minus 3 over x raised to power 8. I'm writing here 6x power 3 minus 9 over x power 7, like that, and 10. Imagine if I ask you, to expand x power 7, you can do the expansion. That's not a big deal. But if I ask you a specific term with some power of x, can you figure out? Answer is no, Mr. Omer, I have to do the expansion. So why not you use Mr. Omer's direct method? What is the direct method? What is the power of x seen here? The power of x is 1. Your u is equals to 1. What is the power of x seen here? It is v is equals to 3. And what is n? N is 7. What is the power of x seen here? It is u is equals to 2. What is the power of x? Don't say 1, because this x will go up and it will become x raised to negative 1. Because guys, 3 over x in indices, this power is 1, but when I push it to go up in the numerator, it becomes my negative 1. So my v is My V is -1 and my N is 8. Here U is 3, but when I send the 7 up, so V is equals to -7 and my N is 10. Wow. Now I will suggest you to find three things. Number one, NU, NV, and V minus U. Again, NU, which is the power of the first term, X NV will be, this is NU, and this is NV, and this is the last term power. And V minus U is the step of the power. How the power is growing. Is it going up with some with some constant value, yani constant jump? As you saw, there is one feature in a calculator when you are using table function. So we always used to put and give command to the calculator step. Am I going to growing up, okay, by a fixed range of step? So step will be explained it to you when I will show it here. So, what will be my first term? So, you guys can see NU 1 times 7 is 7. So, my first term in the expansion will be 7. And 3 times 7, yani NV is what? NV is 3 times 7 is 21. My last term will be 21. What is my first power? NU 2 times 8 is 16. And what is my last term? Minus 1 times 8 is -8. 3 times 10 is 30. My last term will be what? Minus 7 times 10 is minus 70. Okay. How many terms will come to you? 7. So I'm going to get 8 terms. How the powers will grow? V minus U will tell me 3 minus 1 is 2. So each time the power is grown by 2. So 7 plus 2, 9. Next power, 11. Next power, 13. Next power, 15. Next power, 17. Next power, 19. And then 21. Imagine 7. How many terms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, if it is 8, can you apply the same procedure? What is V minus U? Minus 1 minus 2 is minus 3. So since my V minus U is -3, so it means that it means each time the power will be decreased by 3. So what is my next? 13, then 10, then 7, then 4, then 1, then -2, then -5, and then -8. Can you count how many terms I must hit? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now I have here 10. So 30. Can I find V minus U? So V minus U is -7 minus 3. -7 minus 3 will give you -10. So each time the power will be decreased by 10. So what is my next? 20. What is next? 10. X0. X -10. X -20. X -30. X -40. X -50. X -60. And then X 7 minus 70. Wallahi, in the examiner may ask you any of the particular term to be found, but the process will stay the same. Let's go back to the question. In this question, I am interested in x power 4. Can I apply the procedure which I have just taught you? What is my first power? My first power is NU. So U 0 times 8 is 0. My first power is x power 0. What would be my last power? 1 times 8. Yani NV, 8 times 1 is 8. My last power will be 8. What is your V minus U? 1 minus 0 is 1. So each time the power is increased by 1. So I will continue and write all the terms, the powers of x easily. Now I will say that, do I need to expand everything? I will say, no, I don't need this power. I don't need this. 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 I just need that term which contain x power 4. How can I write and see something? Look, this is my first term. Can you count? First, second, third, fourth. This is my fifth term. So if this is my fifth term, then I will write, what is that? This is 8C0, 8C1, 8C2, 8C3, and this is 8C4. This R value here is always one less than the number of terms. If it is fifth term, then R is 4. So 8C4. I'm going to write here, what is here? A is 3, and the second is 2x. No need to write x because x is already sorted out. I know the power of x will be 4. Now write the powers. The power is 4 and 8 minus 4 is 4. So believe me guys, this is your answer. 8C, I'm going to write it in the calculator. 8C4 times 3 raised to power 4 times 2 raised to power 4. So I'm getting 90720. If you want to write x4 along with that, it's fine. But the coefficient of x power 4 in the expansion will be 90,720. Imagine. Now the guy is saying in the next question, find a term independent of x. Independent means no x. No x means x power 0 you are looking for. Apply Mr. Omer's technique. Mr. Omer, here the x power 2 is u, yani 2, so u is equals to 2. Okay, can I push this 2 to go up so it becomes x raised power minus 2? So my v is minus 2. What is my n? My n is 6. Can I find nu? Nu is 2 times 6, which is 12. So my first power will be 12. Can I find NV? NV is minus 2 times 6. It will give me negative 12. So my last term will be x raised power minus 12. How the power will be growing? Is it increasing or decreasing? So find V minus U. V minus U, what is my V? Minus 2, minus 2. It will, so each time the power will be decreased by 4. So what is my next term? Decreased by 4, 8, decreased by 4, 4, decreased by 4, 0, decreased by 4, minus 4, decreased by 4, minus 8, decreased by 4, minus 12. Which term you are looking at, independent of x, yani x power 0? Actually, I'm looking for this term. Can you count which term it is? 1, 2, 3. So I am looking for the fourth term. I'm looking for the fourth term. So if I'm looking for the fourth term, so what it would be? What is n? Given to me 6. And what shall I write here? This is the fourth term, so I need to write 3 because this is 6C0, 6C1, 6C2, and see this is 6C3. I'm going to write here, what is the number here written along with x squared? That is 1. What is the number written along with x squared? That is 1. No need to write x squared and 1 over x squared because they are already sorted out. The power x power 0 will be finally come to you. Now what is here? 3 and 6 minus 3, 3. So that's the final answer you are going to get. You can easily simplify through the calculator by writing 6C3 times 1 raised to power 3 times 1 raised to power 3, and the calculator 6C3 times 1 power 3, 1 power 3 is 1, so no need to write it. So the answer is 20. So basically here, the term which will appear without a power of x, that will be just 20. Now, next question is, be careful guys about the ascending powers of x. And we can easily sort it out. Where is the ascending powers of x we have? And maybe he can write descending powers of x. So you need to be careful. Anyways, I'm looking for a fifth term. I'm looking for a fifth term. So fifth term means what? Fifth term means 9c. Okay, come on. What is the r I'm running? If it is a fifth term, so 9c4. I'm going to write 4. Now you can write x if you want it. 2. No need to use nc because the term is given to you. You can easily locate what is your r. So 4 raised to power, I'm going to write here 4 because here I wrote 4 and 9 minus 4, it is 5. So can you simplify it from the calculator? 9c4 times 4 raised to the power 4 and then times fraction minus 3 over 2. No need to write x because we already know what is the final answer coming with the term. So power 4. So I got a big answer 163296 along with x4. So this is the fifth term in the expansion of this will appear to us. Now he said that we are looking for the coefficient of y power 5 will appear to us. So here the u is equal to 0 because there is no y power 1. So v is equal to 1 and n is equals to 8. So nu means 0, nv is 8 and v minus u 1 minus 0 is 1. So each time the power will be grown by 1. So y power 0, last power is y power 8, y power 1, y power 2, y power 3, y power 4, y power 5, y power 6, and y power 7. Which one I am looking at? I'm looking at this. Can you count which term it is? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 term. So I understand if this is a 6 term, so I'm going to write here 8c 6 term means 5. I'll write here 3 power and 2. Do I need to write y? I already know this is y5, so just keep 2 power 5 and 8 minus 5 is 3. Whatever the answer comes, you will write with y power 5 because this is the term with y power 5. Next question, find the term independent of x. So independent of x, if you want to write it as, it's pretty simple. We are looking for x power 0. So your u is equals to 2. V is equal to -1 because x goes up and your n is equal to 6. Find nu, which is 2 times 6, 12. Nv minus 1 times 6 is minus 6. And what is your v minus u? Minus 1 minus 2, which is -3. Each time the power is decreased by 3. So what is the maximum power I'm having? X power 12 and then x power, what is the last term? Minus 6. Each time it is decreased by 3. So from 12 you go to 9, then you go to 6, then you go to 3, then you go to 0, then you go to -3, and then you go to -6. I was looking at this. What is the term number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the fifth term. So if it is the fifth term, I'm going to write 6 fifth term. Fifth term means I'm going to write 4 here. And I already know what the power of x comes to me. I'm just interested in the coefficient. So 1 raised to power 6 minus 4 is 2, and minus 2. Don't forget minus 2 raised to power 4. Whatever the answer comes through the calculator, you write it here. That should be the term which is independent of x, and that's all. I hope, guys, you understand this type of explanation, but be careful in the exam about ascending powers and descending powers of x. Because if in the exam he said descending powers, you have to look from the right to the left, or ascending, or maybe sometime from left to the right, you have to look the powers. So I think it's better, guys, when are you using n and nu, nv, and v minus u technique. Write all the powers and check that where the powers are growing or where the powers are descending. So this will be very, very helpful to you. Rather than writing the complete terms in the expansion, you have to write all powers of x and keep your eye on ascending and descending. Then inshallah no worries will happen. This is the total explanation on binomial expansion. Thank you, guys. Assalamu alaikum.